Hello and welcome to the 501st Com Chatter. We are Chloe and Will.
Hello.
So today we have a bit of for you guys watching, we have a bit of a Christmassy background going on. I'm in a Boba Fett Christmas jumper, getting in the spirit.
I can't find mine, so I'm just in Palpatine.
Still Star Wars.
It counts,
It does.
even if it's just Palpatine's face. Like, woohoo.
It's a bit creepy, but
It's a little bit.
it's still Star Wars. Anyway, so today we are talking about the creatures of Star Wars. Now, there are many creatures of Star Wars, so we've whittled it down to about 4.
We've done 2 each of them.
So there may be more of these to come, but today we are talking about, I'm going to be talking about the loaf cats and loaf wolves.
Nice. I'm going to be talking about Rancors and Banthas.
Yep.
So we've gone like 2 completely different ways today.
Yeah.
You've gone the cats
And the
I've
cute,
gone
fluffy things. And...
the monsters.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get to
something
that.
different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think we've spoken like really in depth about some of the creatures that we're going to mention.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
before we get into that, we have
some
the
news.
news.
We love the news.
There's only 2 little bits today, though.
So we have some new figures. There is this one from Attack of the Clones. Well, actually, both of the new figures are from Attack of the Clones, but this one is what we like to call a beefy clanker. For you guys that don't know, it is a super battle droid, and we've got a basically C-3PO head on the normal battle droid, the ones that go Roger Roger. But obviously, for you guys that have seen the second movie, you know that when they're in the droid factory, C-3PO's head gets knocked off and it goes on one of these droids. So that is what this is from, basically. So it's like a double pack Black Series.
They've started doing a couple more of these double packs, haven't
Yeah.
they? Like they just did the 332nd clone and the Phase 1 501st Trooper from the Ahsoka memory.
I'm not sure if we've shown them that.
I don't know, maybe we'll show that next week.
Yeah,
But
we'll show you guys. But
that's another one that's just come out, which is again another double pack.
There's the one that we showed before as well with Mace Windu and one of his clone troopers. There's quite a few of these double packs, but I think they look really cool.
It's a good little combo.
I think this one's pretty good. Like we've never really seen.
Do you know what I've just noticed? Do you know what I really like about the B2?
What?
He's got like sand.
Oh yeah.
Marks on him, as if
As if he has been in Geonosis.
Well, yeah, because the arena is like sandy, isn't it? And do you know what? I know it sounds silly, but do you know what I love about the B2 design? Now, we obviously were like, oh, they're beefy clankers.
Yeah.
It's like, it is just a B1, but it's obviously got
more armor
around the side of his head, so you can't exactly just shoot it off.
No.
And it's beefy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks better.
It's like a normal Roger Roger droid, but that's been in the gym, beefed up. So that's how we call it.
Got a little bit of steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's nice to see them resulting back to figures from old, from the prequel films, like they just did, like Padme from Phantom Menace, and little Anakin from Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see them going
back to the prequels, yeah.
Yeah.
And making some of these cool figures.
Yeah, because there's so many figures out there. You would have thought there would have been.
There's millions of characters in Star Wars. You could have like so many, and even like different versions. Like say you have Anakin, you have Little Annie, you have Episode 2 Annie, and then you have Episode 3 Annie, and then you got injured Anakin.
You've got Clone Wars Anakin.
Clone Wars
which
Anakin,
simply showed us that he's got the Clone Wars. Well, not Black Series figure, but he's got the vintage collection.
Yeah.
Clone Wars with the Hayden art, which I thought was quite cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a cool little set. should be quite a good one.
Yeah, I like this one. And we have Jango Fett. So this is again from Attack of the Clones, Jango Fett. This is not a Black Series set though. This is a vintage collection. It's like the sort of more deluxe ones, isn't it? Because they don't have like they're
not in the normal packaging.
It's just like all cardboard and it has a picture and stuff.
Because I remember through my job, we had the like Flame Trooper and Grogu.
Yeah.
In one of those, and I think there was like a Moff Gideon one. Oh yeah, with the Death Trooper that I had.
I think there's also, I think it's a Stormtrooper with like some kind of cannon thing as well.
Okay.
I have one of these sets, but it's the Book of Boba Fett one. But they come with more things, so they usually come. Well, this one comes with like 2 different blasters, comes with a flamethrower and like little rocket things to come out of his jetpack. I know the Boba Fett one that I have came with like little stormtrooper heads and stuff, so they tend to come with more accessories, which I think is why the box is a bit bigger. But yeah,
I have no idea on price for these
not
guys.
sure. I'm not sure when they'll be released as well, but we know that these have been announced by Hasbro, so they're pretty cool sets though. I'm glad we're getting more Attack of the Clones stuff, because I feel like Attack of the Clones gets a lot of hate, and it's actually one of my favourite ones. Like, it's probably the one that I've watched the most amount of times.
Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, true. I do like. Yeah.
You might have to change that to Revenge of the Sith.
I don't know. I've probably watched them.
Yeah. What should we watch? I think we should put Revenge of the Sith.
I think Revenge of the Sith, because of Order 66, I think Attack of the Clones is a bit easier to watch. But I do hate it whenever Anakin turns to the dark side, but I also think he does look very cool as Darth Vader. So it's like you win some, you lose some. You can have it all.
Yeah. But yeah, no.
But I do love Attack of the Clones, and I really like these figures, and I really like Jango Fett as well. He's probably one of my favorite characters.
Well, he's very cool, and now if I had to give you a choice between that Jango Fett armor or Boba Fett armor, which one are you picking?
Okay, probably Boba's, because Boba's like really iconic, because Jango was only in like one movie, but even though Jango is like,
and he got his own game though.
Yeah, I know. I've played some of that game, but like, even though he is like the clone Templar, and if it wasn't for him, all the clones would look completely different. But I think Boba Fett, there's something about him that just makes him like so badass, and like he's been in so much more than what Jango Fett has. So like, I don't know, like his storyline and stuff, and I do really like the colors of his armor as well. Like, I think, obviously I'm wearing a Christmas jumper today.
That's true.
But I think the green and the red and just everything kind of matches. And I do really like how he had like the cape and stuff in the original movies. So I'd probably say Boba. Because Boba is like up there with my favourites.
That's fair enough. And we met him. And we met Jango.
Yeah, yeah, we met both of them, really. It's so weird how like, one person is also Boba Fett, Jango Fett, but also Rex, all of the
Cody,
clones, like
Oddball. I can keep going.
We've met all of them, but it's just one person.
Well, I've met all of them because I met D. Bradley Baker as well.
Yeah. Okay.
So I technically have met every clone because I've met them and D. So just put that out there. Yeah. But yeah, no, again, another cool little figure. But I'm gonna go the same as you, and I'm gonna say Boba Fett armor.
Yeah.
But
I already have the Boba fig, so
I'm gonna say Empire Boba or End of Jedi Survivor Boba Fett. The one that we see in the little cameo. Because that looked very crisp. It was like Empire Boba, but like it was fully neat, like it was almost new, and it just looked.
I really like Return of the Jedi Boba.
Yeah, we've had this conversation with the different, like the little differences.
I think because, I mean, like his arm gauntlets, they changed color, and his cape changed. There was the various things. There was like the stripes on his helmet. They were yellow in Empire, but then they're like sort of reddy color in Return of the Jedi. So yeah, I think overall I prefer his Return of the Jedi look. But
what version jumper do you have on?
Return of the Jedi, because it's got the red sleeves.
Just checking.
Yeah. But I do really like his new look in Book of Boba Fett, though. Like, I know a lot of people prefer the original because it is, you know, so iconic and it's been around forever. And when I first saw him come back in The Mandalorian, I was a bit like, oh, I don't like it as much as I did his older sort of version with the grey underneath. But, you know, seeing him in Book of Boba Fett and like the storyline where he's like with the Tuskens and stuff, like it does make sense. And I do quite like the black underneath it as well, because it kind of makes it stand out. But yeah, anyway, this episode wasn't about Boba Fett, but I'm just going off on Boba Fett.
It's fine. It's fine.
Very cool figures. And we also have another bit of news as well. So in Ahsoka, no, but
news to me.
No, but I recently seen on social media the Ahsoka series. Obviously, spoiler alert for you guys that haven't seen Ahsoka. Episode 5 is with Hayden, and we see bits of Darth Vader. So what we've seen on social media is that the majority of the cast turned up during the making of episode 5 just so they could see Darth Vader, which is very similar to like episode 3 when Hayden got into the costume and then everyone sort of turned up on set that day to see Vader.
Isn't it funny how even though you literally see Vader for probably less than a second, in that whole episode, everyone was like, I want to come and see the man.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, who wouldn't? Like, Vader.
I still want to work out who played him, like who was in the suit, because I probably met them. Because, like I said, I've met Hayden now, I've met Demetrius, and I've met Tom. So the only one that I didn't meet that it could be was, I think his name's Daniel. And
I think that was Rogue One Vader. Yeah. I reckon, I mean, because they've not shot Kenobi too long ago, I reckon that was the suit they probably used. So potentially one of the actors that played him in Kenobi series was him in Ahsoka. I'm not sure. But we'll find out. And if we can find out, then we'll let you guys know.
That will make me very happy.
Yeah. And maybe we'll meet them at Comic-Con. You never know. But yeah, I thought that was very cool. And, you know, who wouldn't like to see Darth Vader? Because he's just...
Well, that just, so cool. Like I said, that just tells you the impact that one character has.
Yeah.
He was in the episode for less than a second.
Yeah.
Like, flash.
But
2 flashes. But you know what I mean? Obviously, you'd have seen more of him in the day, but still, he was on it for that.
Less than a second, yeah.
And he had to literally just walk.
Yeah.
And people were like, I want to see this.
It's like chills, though, isn't it? When you see Darth Vader, you're like, wow. Like, I used to be scared of you as a kid. Well, I don't think I was ever scared of him, but I think some people were. But I think he's a very cool character.
He's a very cool character.
And also, what I've seen on social media as well this week is there's been sort of behind-the-scenes footage of... I can't remember her name. The one that plays the younger version of Ahsoka and Hayden sort of battling.
Very lucky.
Like, you know, practicing for the scene. But, you know, they're in like a room and they've got all these lightsabers and they're doing the whole routine. And it's so cool. I just love it.
It is very cool.
Like, there was a video that I seen I can't remember who posted it, but it was like the scene of them rehearsing the battle and then the actual battle like below it, so you could see it like side by side, and it was perfect. Like it was so cool.
That's cool to know.
I really like that. So if you guys see that, then check it out because it's a very cool video. And I think, you know, Hayden, he can make a lightsaber like twirl. Like I don't know how he does it, but
I will say
it's very cool to watch.
We come back from some Christmas shopping earlier, and we bought
some wrapping paper.
and I literally was just carrying all the stuff into the flat, and someone here
started like, twirling it
was like give me the wrapping paper quick, so she could do the Anakin twirl.
Trying.
Yeah, you did a very good job.
I don't think I'm quite Hayden Christensen, but
no.
I tried for a laugh. It's got to be done with a bit of wrapping paper.
I mean, I do my little wrist twirl with it, and I think, yeah, I'm cool. But then you're like,
no,
oh!
I'm really not that great, but
you're not better than
me.
No. Yes. So on to today's episode.
Yeah.
So I've decided to take it in turns.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off with you.
The Love Wolves. Okay.
Very nice.
So I really like these Love Wolves. They're probably up there with one of my favorite creatures in Star Wars because I'm a dog lover. And also the fact that these are so big, you could just like cuddle into them and ride them, and they're just like big horses, really, aren't they? But they're like dogs. So I have some facts for you guys about these.
Ooh.
So they are 2.6 meters high on average and 5.85 meters long. So these are pretty big little creatures.
That's big.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to get a picture actually with one next to Ezra, but it's so big. It's like 10 times the size of Ezra.
I will go into it later in one of my things, but to put it in perspective, a bantha is 2.5 meters tall. So obviously I'll go into that later, but that gives you an idea. They're about the same height.
So it's about the same height as a bantha then.
That's crazy.
These big wolves, they're big.
I would not want to come across something like that, and you'll be like, "Yeah, let's give it a cuddle." No, you stay back, guys. It's all good.
It's all right. Just be nice to them and give them a treat, and they'll be fine. use your little Grogu power, like calm them down. His little 3 fingers. So they have long white, black, or silver fur, and either yellow or blue eyes.
All of those have got yellow eyes.
Yeah, I think the majority are yellow, but some of them are blue.
I think Dune's Dune. Caleb.
I think that might be Dune in the middle.
No, it's not.
Is it not? Oh.
No, because he's got yellow eyes.
I don't know. I thought that was him.
No, because Caleb's had the blue eyes. Remember?
Oh,
but like
okay.
That's what gave him away.
Yeah.
So it's like.
So he was different.
Yeah.
So, they are canine species native to the grasslands or mountains of Lufal. So, I mean, you can see in this picture, this is them in the grass. So, obviously.
Sorry, this is the way it was like. You can see it. Not in the city.
They're not in the city. No, they're in the grass. So, obviously, it's kind of given in their name, Loth Wolves, but they are from Lothal. They have a very strong connection to the Force. So they act as guardians of the light side on Lothal. So, you can, if any of you have seen Rebels, then you know sort of how connected to the Force these guys are.
They can take you to the other side of the planet.
They are, yeah. So, due to their strong connection to the Force, they're able to do hyperspace tunneling and cross to the world between worlds. So, you know, I don't know if many other creatures can do that in Star Wars because
they're very spiritual.
Yeah. But, you know, if you've seen Rebels, then you know sort of how connected these guys are with Ezra. Especially Doom. Doom. By the Imperial era, people believed that Lothwolves were extinct because they hadn't been seen in over 100 years. So
you say the Imperial era, that's like that's even before, that's like way before the Clone Wars that no one had seen one. Like that's ages.
So
this is like High Republic era.
So I read something that said the Mortis arc in Clone Wars, apparently there was a vision that Anakin and Ahsoka seen of a Lothwolf there. But, you know, they hadn't been seen for like years before that, but they reported it to the council. But, you know, by the Empire, they all thought that they were extinct. But then, obviously, the Rebels crew discovered them. So they're not extinct. But, you know, and also the ancient people of Lothal painted them like on the cave walls. So they're sort of believed to be, you know, an ancient thing. And they're named the Lothalite Children's Rhyme. So it's sort of like one of those, like, old wives' tales. It's like, oh, there was this massive beast called the Lothwolf.
There's a massive wolf.
Yeah, that you could ride on and go between worlds. So yeah, it was like one of those things, like almost like the boogeyman. Like, oh, there's this random thing that used to be around, you know. So that's kind of what they were known as until the Ghost Crew kind of discovered them. Also, the Lothals were a concern for civilians living on Lothal, and farmers were known to carry weapons to defend themselves in case anything happened. So they were almost kind of scared of these creatures.
Wouldn't you be?
But,
yeah.
Very true.
If you got like a wolf and you got it that size,
very true,
I would be terrified.
And they're also carnivorous as well. So like,
there you
go. So it's almost like living in a forest where there's bears about, like, you know. But if you hadn't seen one for over 100 years, I don't think I would be very scared. But they're still there.
Well, clearly they're still there.
So yeah, that's kind of basically it. They can be ridden by humans, which we've already kind of talked about. So like Ezra can ride them to the world between worlds. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
Yeah, let's go on to our next creature. We have the Rancor.
No, the creature is not Boba Fett or Cad Bane. It is the Rancor. Yes. So I've decided to go for the Rancor for my one.
Yeah.
Quite an iconic creature, shall we say. Now, I learned quite a bit from researching about the Rancor.
Yeah.
They are semi-sentient.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, they have a somewhat they're not like just complete mindless animals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they've got somewhat of an intelligence.
Yeah.
This surprised me though. Their classification is reptile.
Mm-hmm.
Now that surprised me because I would have thought they would have been like mammal, but they're classed as a reptile.
I mean, they do look very reptilian. Like they look kind of like their skin looks a bit scady. I don't know. Like they're almost like a big lizard, aren't they? That you could ride.
I don't see it, but
Okay.
if you see it, fair play. There was 3 subspecies of the rancor.
Mm-hmm.
So you had a jungle rancor, which you could find on Felucia.
Oh, that's the one from Force Unleashed.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you got the jungle rancor.
Yeah.
You've got the rage rancor, and you got the shadow rancor. Now the shadow was tend to be a lot bigger and a lot more angry and a lot more vicious. So, and they were like black.
Okay.
So they had like spikes as well on them. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah. The average height of a rancor is 4.2 meters, or 14 feet for those who.
Wow. Okay.
That's quite tall.
Yeah.
That's bloody tall.
Yeah.
Like I'm
5
foot.
foot.
Well,
there you go.
You're 5 foot. So another
it's about
you.
10 foot taller than me.
So another you.
And almost another me. So almost 3 of me.
Right. Stand up a second. I've just got an idea. So 1.
So 1, 2, 3.
That's bloody tall.
That's very tall. I mean, you can kind of see in this picture, we've got Cad Bane there. And like Boba on top. And like, Boba's an average sized guy. And like, he's, probably about as wide, probably skinnier than his head. Like, I don't know. His head is probably bigger than Boba.
So the skin color, you could get them in brown, dark blue, or like a grey. Their home worlds, so mainly like they come from Dathomir.
Oh yeah, because the Jedi. Jedi Fallen Order.
You also got the one like the subspecies on Felucia, and you had them on Otterhan. I can't remember where exactly that is, but they're on them. I didn't realize this, but now that I read it, like researched it, it makes sense. Especially from what I've seen. Their hinds were armored, so they could withstand blaster fire.
Wow.
So that's why they're just like a nightmare to kill.
Yeah.
Here's a good one for you. Little quiz. You know when you've got a group of an animal?
Yeah.
What do you call a group of rancors?
Like a herd?
A crash.
Oh, wow.
A crash of rancors. Sounds about right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have. That's a bit of an interesting one, that one. I wouldn't have ever. I don't think I've ever seen them as like a crash, but
no.
The fact that there is the terminology in there for them tells you that they can be. That would be an awful sight if you come across a crash of rancors.
Oh,
wow. Be like, yeah, I'm in trouble. They would eat anything they could get their hands on, basically. So they were carnivorous. But yeah, they the ones on like Felucia were basically like
a jungle version.
Yeah, but if you left them alone, they sort of left you alone, and they had a bit of a sort of they sort of lived in harmony with like Felucia farmers and all that, so they didn't really, which is quite interesting. Notable rancors. So I've got 3.
Okay.
We've got Muchi
from
the Bad Batch. We've got Boba Fett's that we've obviously got pictured here. And we've got the first one that we ever saw, Jabba's Palace rancor, that actually has a name. I didn't realize this. Do you know what it's called?
I can't remember.
Pateesa. 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 I had no idea that it had a name.
I wonder if
because a lot of people were like saying that when they watched Bad Batch, they were like, "Oh, it's Muchi,"
Yeah.
Because apparently that was going to Jabba. Or went to Jabba. So it's like, but no.
No.
Patissa.
Wasn't Moochie.
Wasn't Mooch.
I wonder, because in Return of the Jedi, after Luke defeats him, and he gets like crushed by the door, and then that guy's there like crying, like the trainer guy. I wonder if he's the one that named him Patissa.
Well, yeah, because I think he was like the Rancor keeper. He was like Danny Trejo's character in Book of Boba Fett, I think. Yeah. Not like the same character, but same job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Same role.
Yeah, so... And they're quite deadly creatures as well.
Yeah. I mean, as we saw in Book of Boba Fett, like, it literally tore apart the town of Mos Espa and, like, ripped apart those creatures, like, the droids, I mean.
Scorpion.
And he, like, stuck his nail in, like, the eyes of these droids.
And then little Grogu sent it to sleep with the little 3 claws.
That was so cute. And then he takes a nap next to him. Like,
go to sleep.
Yeah, that was so cute.
Yeah.
I
feel it was quite interesting. I quite like Rancors. I find them a little bit creepy. Not gonna lie, but
I think as long as you're on the good side of them, that's fine.
That's all you need to be on the good side. I believe we're on.
Cats. He is very cute.
He is, and I did one as well. Take him
home.
I want to take him home.
Cute. So, loaf cats are feline creatures native to the outer rim planet Lothal. So, again, from Lothal. They also live in the grasslands because they are carnivorous and they use grass to help them hunt. So, they usually eat loaf rats. So, that's another little creature. But the loaf rats kind of hide in the grass to kind of get their prey. They are 0.94 meters long and 10 to 15 kilograms.
Oh wow!
So quite like heavy dogs, really. Like, think my dog's under 10 kilograms, so she's only a little one, but they're quite heavy, but a lot smaller compared to the Rancors and the and locals.
Just a little bit.
A lot smaller. These ones you can have as little pets. So they have large pointed ears, thick tail, and a large mouth. So they can be taught to hunt and retrieve for their owners. They're seen a lot in Rebels, but the most kind of notable mention in Rebels is there's a scene where Kanan tried to get his Padawan Ezra to connect with the loaf cat through the Force, but Ezra failed in the exercise. And then eventually the loaf cat attacked him. Sabine, this is Sabine's loaf cat. So this is from the Ahsoka show where Sabine has a loaf cat as a pet.
I just thought of something.
What?
What's going to happen to the loaf cat?
I know.
And in a bloody another galaxy.
She went away. I don't know.
Should have took the cat.
She should have. Be like, hold on, Ahsoka. I need to take care of my cat. I'm not sure. Maybe somewhat. Maybe he broke free of that little apartment that she had and is just in the wild now. Maybe she'll be reunited with her loaf cat one day.
That'd be nice. I'd like that.
Because they are very cute, and I think people want to see little loaf cats.
Especially considering it was all puppetry and that.
Yeah, it's so clever. So
that isn't what you're looking at there on the screen. If you're watching this, isn't CGI.
No. It's crazy. It looks just so real. You would never think that's
you can see every little hair that they've made on it.
So cool. We also seen a loaf cat in The Mandalorian season 1. It starred at Grogu sort of underneath a table on the planet Snorgan. So yeah, you kind of saw it for the first time live action then, I think.
I think that one was animated though, I reckon. Because it didn't look, I don't think it looked like that. No.
But like, it was the first sort of live action
adaptation of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like before then, we'd only seen it in like Rebels and like animated.
Jedi Survive, Fallen Order, I believe, was in it as well. I feel like there were some loaf cats on some planet.
There was a very similar, I can't remember what it was called. It was on one of the planets.
Oh no, I'm thinking of the bouncing one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
But
very
that's
similar.
Not loaf cat. That's something different. No. But again, they have like the pointy ears. So very similar. They can be very friendly creatures. However, they aren't afraid to attack if they need to. So it's been a few times where we've seen these loaf cats attack. It's one that snarled at Grogu like, "Who are you? What are you doing on my planet?" I guess kind of like, everyone's pets. They tend to be a bit territorial. Like, "Who are you? Why are you in my house?" So yeah, I think they're kind of a bit like a guard dog, but also they're like a cat, aren't they? Like a little fluffy creature, and they could be really loyal to their owners and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they're very cute little creatures.
They are quite cute.
Yeah. I thought they would be the sort of like new Grogu thing. How everyone was like obsessed with how cute Grogu was. And I was thinking maybe people.
I think it was only in for like the first 3 episodes, if not less.
Yeah, I think it was only in a couple of episodes.
But
it was at one of the Comic-Con events as well.
It was, because that's where they like revealed it, and it looked really good, didn't it?
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Very good. Right now, I'm just going to turn the pictures for a bit, because basically, while doing, shall we say, my research, the picture that I had for the Bantha has disappeared. So we don't have a picture of a Bantha, but you guys have seen what they look like.
Yeah.
They're the sort of herded animal things that you see. Tatooine. Now, I learned a lot more about the Bantha than I realised. Really interesting as well.
Yeah.
So the classification is mammal. As I mentioned earlier, the average height is about 2.5 meters. So, very similar to the loaf wolf.
Yep.
The average mass of them is 4,000 kilograms. So they're quite heavy. So yeah, that's a lot. It's quite weighty. Yeah. Their home world is Tatooine, which I swear is like the only planet we've ever seen them on.
Yeah.
But they were bred throughout the galaxy. So they are on many other planets. It's not like they are. They're basically the Star Wars cow.
They are.
Literally. Yeah. They're sort of a social herd animal. They're normally like domesticated, so they're not like, if you see, again, like a cow, they're in like a farm or herd. They're not sort of on their own, really. The Tuskens, no matter what their reputation is, they never killed them for their hind or their food, because they actually had a very strong bond, mythological bond with them, which I will go into in a bit, which is really interesting. But they never killed them for their hind or fur. They only used them for like mounds and
like carrying things.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But other species decided to take use of Banthas, for what they have. So you've got Bantha steaks, butter, clothes, and furniture made out of their stuff. Now, I'm going to put it out there. Star Wars Galaxy Edge are missing a trick by not having bantha steaks.
Yeah.
Come on.
Very true.
You literally got steak. You could literally have steak at Star Wars and call it bantha steaks. Like, come on.
Yeah. That would be good.
Sign me up for their recruitment. Come on. I'll sort it out. I would have a bantha steak.
Yeah.
I reckon it's like, can you imagine like a fillet?
Yeah.
Fillet of bantha steak. Oh.
Probably be very expensive at Disney price, but
yeah,
be worth it just to have it in Star Wars.
I'm getting hungry now. You could tell the age of a bantha from the curls of their how curly their horns were. So they had like, their sort of the male, both male and female had like the normal red. And then they had like the curls. So you could sort of tell how old they were from the curls.
Oh, okay.
It's quite interesting.
I didn't know.
Their milk was blue.
Oh, yeah.
Bantha milk.
Because Uncle Owen and Brew, they gave Lucas blue milk.
Yeah, he needs his blue milk. And then Luke in Last Jedi had some green milk, which we're not going to talk about because it's a bit of a controversial one.
I think blue milk is like the OG.
Yeah,
the original.
It's like the best.
Yeah. And then there was that like little Luke figure. I think it came with
it was
the game,
a Lego.
didn't it?
It was a Lego one.
And then he had like a little blue milk drip, and he had
the
carton with him. That was very cute.
This is quite cool as well. Something again I didn't realise.
Okay.
Bantha hide
could
be mashed with grains to make RDs, also known as Jawa juice.
Want a cup of Jawa juice?
Want a cup of Jawa juice? Not gonna lie, when I saw Attack of the Clones, and I heard that robot say to Obi-Wan Kenobi, "Want a cup of Jawa juice?"
Yeah.
I thought it was like killed Jawas, like
blended
in. I thought it was like a Jawa sundae or Jawa juice,
I mean, I always thought she was saying Jamba juice instead of Jawa juice.
I always thought it was Jawa, but I always thought
it was going to be like some kind of fruit juice punch stuff that she was making in that kitchen, like Jamba juice. I don't know, but
I thought it was Jawa juice, and I always thought it was.
So I'm guessing it's something that Jawas make.
Yeah. They get the hide of the bantha, they mash it up with grains, and then it becomes.
And they eat that for like their food, and the big eggs.
They love those eggs, but yeah, that's Jawa juice.
Wow.
Want a cup of Jawa juice?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
So she got it. That droid got it all the way from Tatooine.
I was going to say it's almost like a milkshake because you think they have milk, but obviously it's using their hind and grains. But weird, it is a weird one. But yeah, it is basically.
Well, Obi-Wan Kenobi said, "Oh yes, please." Or I can't remember.
Yes, no, I think he said that exactly.
Yeah.
Now, see, this is the interesting thing about the Tuskens.
He had some Jawa.
He did. With Tuskens and the Banthas. So remember I said about they never killed them and all that?
Yeah.
Because they bombed. So basically, every boy had a male Bantha and every girl had a female one.
Oh, wow.
When Sand people married, their Banthas also mated. Right? So it was like,
What if their Banthas didn't get on?
It don't work like that.
They had to. It was the law.
Should its rider die? Should its rider die, their Bantha usually perished shortly after. So, like some animals in the world, if they lose a partner like that, they just, if a Bantha died before its rider, its remains were placed in a large graveyard which was treated with great respect by Tuscans and other Banthas. So very kind
of spiritual, isn't it?
Yeah, very, like I said, they had a very strong connection with their Banthas, which is, again, really
quite
interesting.
Like religious. Like,
pretty much, yeah.
Their Banthas, yeah.
You know, if I've got a Jawa, if I've got a Bantha, you got a Bantha, they're getting along. They ate a type of food called Bantha fodder, which is also a derogatory term in Star Wars.
Yeah.
So
like, that's where I've heard it.
Oh, you're such Bantha fodder.
I think it's something that Jabba the Hutt says.
No, because he's like Pudu.
Yeah, but like the subtitles, I'm sure it says like Bantha fodder.
But yeah, it's basically a food that they eat, but it's also a term used.
Yeah, it is.
Now, I've got a cool photo to show you this. Now, again, like I said, I haven't got a Bantha because the image, but I got this. So you can see, obviously, you've got an idea now, if you're watching this, what the Bantha looks like. But this is an Asian elephant called Maji. And they put this Asian elephant Maji in a costume. And in A New Hope, this elephant is all the Banthas. So there's only one Bantha, you know, because it's an alien. It's an alien. It's an elephant in a costume. How the hell they put an elephant in a costume? I have no idea. But there is a photo of Maji, the elephant.
Well done, Maji.
She's probably thinking, what the hell is going on right
What did you put me in? This doesn't look like a carnival.
It's quite funny, isn't it? Because you got an elephant in Star Wars. You could have had a monkey as Yoda.
Yeah.
All the different animals.
Crazy, isn't it? Yeah.
But yeah. I thought this is quite cool. Nice little photo of Margie.
Oh.
Yeah. Margie the Bantha.
Maybe that was the Bantha's name as well.
I don't know what they've done for the new Banthas in like in is there one in Kenobi? No. In Book of Boba Fett.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't think
maybe they
I think they were all like puppets with like people in them and like
Yeah. I think
mean, because when I saw it in A New Hope the first time, I was like, surely that's like an elephant or something. Because just the movement of it.
Back then they didn't have the sort of CGI and stuff that they have today. So
could you imagine George Lucas making a call being like, hey, have you got an elephant I can borrow for a film?
Yeah.
But I need it in a desert.
Yeah, Geneva.
So maybe they got Margie from the zoo or something. Maybe, do you know what? Maybe I'll try and find the story of Margie for next week.
Yeah. If there's any info, I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, that's all my stuff about the Bantha. And obviously we got the
Meme of the week.
Well, we'll do Meme of the Week in a little bit. Should we do Troopers of the Week first? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to go first?
Okay, I'll just get a badge because I can't remember what it was. So someone called Ricycle Cosplays. And because he posted, he's Captain Rex cosplayer, and he posted this picture. It's like the kind of Spider-Man, like when they all point at each other, but it's all a bunch of Rexes at the Comic-Con in Birmingham, like the NEC. So I just thought that was really good. Like how all these Rexes is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Rexes all pointing at each other there.
We're gonna have to try and find these Rexes. We need a Rex on the show.
We do. But they're all very, very cool Rexes, like their cosplays. But yeah, so that's my trip of the week because I thought that was really funny.
I do like that. That is very funny.
How they're all Rex. But you know, we love Captain Rex.
We do. We got Rex everywhere.
Yeah.
He is everywhere. So mine goes by the name Camino Bricks
on TikTok.
Yes. So basically, he's done a little. Should we say? Is it? It's not really stop motion, is it? It's like because it's like just like a scene cut.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, he's done a scene where Commander Bly is getting a call for execute Order 66.
I just noticed in the background he's done a little Yoda dressed as a clone. That's a good one.
To have a little thing, isn't it? But yeah, he's got little custom
figures.
like Bly and 327th figures. And basically Bly gets to call and be like, execute Order 66. And he's like, yeah, nah, I don't really want to do that. Maybe we just capture her. And it's just quite a funny little scene.
I was looking for getting her hollow number, taking her on a date.
But I thought that was quite funny.
Yeah.
Also, the voice.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's D. Bradley Baker's voice. I don't know how he's got that, but it just sounds like it. Like it's perfect.
AI, I'm not sure. But...
I mean, if it's AI, it's bloody good because that just sounds exactly like D. Bradley Baker. Maybe he's got contacts. Maybe we can get D on the show. That would be good. That would be quite cool.
Yeah. But that was a very funny video.
Yes, that's a funny little comedy, little bit of Lego humour.
Yeah, and he had very cool minifigs too.
Also, speaking of Lego, so I have to say this because I was really chuffed with myself. Star Wars are doing a little competition at the minute where you can win like a bundle of the UCS Venator, the Republic gunship, and like the 501st little battle pack, and you can win it, and it's like signed by the designer, which is huge.
Right.
Now, this is a little bit of a brag, but I ended up being the first one to like the post and the first one to comment. I don't know how I've done that. In a Star Wars post, I was the first like and comment.
That's crazy.
Unbelievable. Yeah, so good luck. Hopefully, can you imagine that in like a couple of weeks? Like, oh, by the way, guys, we got another one. I don't know where we're going to put this one, but yeah, we got another one. But yeah, I thought it was quite a funny little Lego detail.
Yeah.
We have a meme of the week.
We do.
We have.
This one was very funny.
No, I sent this one to you because I thought you would like this one. So it's basically it's a spin on a certain scene, and it's Anakin in Phantom Menace saying,
"I'm an angel. I'm a person. My name is Padme."
I love that.
Because like Anakin, there's a line that he says, he's like, "I'm a person, my name is Anakin," because he's like, you don't want to be referred to as like a slave.
And she's like, "I'm sorry, it's like, so new to me."
Yeah.
But I just want to go. I'm a person, my name is Padme. Oh yeah,
I love that.
There's a little bit of humour there.
Yeah.
These meme of the week, some of them are quite funny.
Yeah. I really like them memes. I'm glad we started doing meme of the week.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do like an end of the year episode where we talk about like all the different ones. But yeah, that's quite a funny one. So yeah, that's about it for today's episode. We know it's like a little bit shorter, but still, I think we got a lot in there today. But, and we didn't want to go over the top with different creatures because we wanted. There is so many that we can talk about that we have so many more episodes we could do
with the
just
creatures.
On the creatures. So yeah. Also, because next week is the last sort of week before Christmas, myself and Chloe are quite busy with family and work and stuff and sorting Christmas out. So we hope you understand, but next week we're not going to do an episode. I mean, unless we find the time, I don't think
Yeah.
we are, but because we're
We'll
both
see.
busy. But yeah, so
we'll let you know if we do or we don't. But it's looking like we might not be able to do an episode next week just because of work scheduling and
it's
meeting
coming
up
up to
people for
Christmas,
Christmas.
and yes, you know, we've got a lot to go through, but you know, we're still going to be posting on our socials.
Yeah.
Like at the minute, there's a TikTok on there about your month, your clone, you know,
Yep.
which a lot of you guys are quite enjoying. So maybe we'll do some more of those.
Yeah.
Maybe
we'll do some Jedis and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be quite cool. But yeah, again, so if you if we're not here next week, from me and from Chloe, we hope you have a very Star Wars Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Happy Life Day.
Yes. And that also will be an episode at some point.
Yeah.
We will do a Star Wars holiday special.
Yep.
Oh God, I don't want to do that, but it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you know, again, thank you for all of you for like listening and joining us each week.
Yeah.
You know, it means a lot to us.
It does.
And we really hope that you guys have a nice Christmas.
Yeah.
And get some cool stuff, and we'll probably be putting on our socials after Christmas what we get.
Yeah, what Star Wars stuff we got for Christmas.
I already know some stuff that you've got, so can't wait.
Okay.
So yeah, and we will see you guys soon.
Yeah.
So
and thank you very much for sort of tuning in to us this year. We really appreciate you guys.
Yes.
So Merry Christmas.
May the force be